So this is an interesting development that I just saw today. So many of you may remember the influencer here on TikTok who passed away following a mommy makeover. Her name was Rachel Tussey. So her surgeon, Dr. Tork, actually is suing the surgery center and the anesthesia group, not the patient's family, the patient's plastic surgeon. Dr. Tork filed a civil lawsuit and he's asking for damages. It looks like damages in excess of $25,000 for each claim, including breach of contract, negligent hiring, and hiring, retention, and supervision of staff. Now, in this lawsuit, he claims that the surgery center has been actively trying to cover up what happened after surgery. It appears as though an anesthesiologist and a CRNA are mentioned, so I don't know if they took turns taking care of the patient or if it was a care team model, but he states that the anesthesiologist said the patient was a lightweight and only required 100 mics of fentanyl through the entire 9-hour surgery, and she was given 150 of fentanyl and half a milligram of Dilaudid in a short period of time in the recovery room. He states that he went back to the same surgery center to perform another surgery on March 2nd, and he noticed that the paperwork for the patient was different than the paperwork he had seen for his patient, Rachel. And he says that he believes that the staff at the surgery center had fabricated the dosages and timing of the medications given in order to cover up their errors. And finally, he apparently received an email communication from the surgery center, which wasn't intended for him. It was intended for a different doctor, so it was accidentally sent to him. And it claimed that the surgery center was actively purging files in order to cover up this incident. I have never seen this before. I have never seen a plastic surgeon or a surgeon of any type go after the rest of the team after a poor outcome with a patient. Typically, the patient's family will sue everyone involved, but I've never seen the surgeon do that. Now, the surgery center has put a statement out. I'm going to read you some of it. They say it's unfortunate and somewhat shocking that Dr. Tork claims to be the victim here due to apparently the loss of his reputation in a case where the Tussey family tragically lost Rachel. And they say then after this that they had an independent review of Rachel's records by an anesthesiologist and a forensic pathologist who found that the dosage of medications given was appropriate. They also state in the aftermath of the case that the Ohio Board of Pharmacy reviewed the records and found the dosing appropriate as well. And then finally, they say that the family declined having an autopsy done, which could have given us additional information. And they also state that both of the nurses that were involved in Miss Tussey's care following surgery are former ER nurses, are ACLS certified, and they believe performed heroic measures to save her life. And of course, they say that they did not purge any records or change any records. The lawyers representing the Tussey family also put a statement out, and they basically at the end say they're prepared to pursue aggressive legal action to seek appropriate remedies on behalf of the family. The anesthesia group declined to put a statement out. So this is happening very quickly. I don't like to comment on what I think happened because I like to look at objective evidence. So people ask me what is objective evidence. If you wait for this to go through the courts, go through the medical board, objective evidence about what actually happened from independent reviewers that are not involved with the situation will give you a better idea of what exactly happened. And I think that is only fair to the doctors, the nurses, and the family. So based off of what has been said, it's really hard to know exactly what happened. What we do know is it's a terrible tragedy, should never have happened. It absolutely should be aggressively investigated so that if there was something preventable, it will never be done again. And this is an absolutely horrific situation. I would love for my legal colleagues to weigh in because I've never seen this before, and their thoughts about what's going to happen with this particular lawsuit and why they think this surgeon's doing it.